G'day guys, welcome back. Welcome to Pouring Your Heart Out. Hope you guys have been enjoying my videos lately. I've been trying to put a few new things together. Now, this video today is going to follow on the lines of this one that I did recently. Did you all like this video? It started out being red and gold for Valentine's Day, but quickly changed to Chinese New Year. So anyway, I will link this one above, top right hand corner towards the end of the video if you want to watch that one. So keeping in mind this little guy here, today I'm going to do something similar. Oops, can't even see him. But I did struggle with the gold leaf, so I'm going to try something a little bit different this time and see how that goes, because you know I like to experiment and try and see what works. So instead of the red and the black today, I'm going white and pink. Now these here are pigment pastes. This one's called Pastel Pink, and we have white, and these are by Armour Art, A-R-M-O-R, Armour. And then I've got my silver leaf. So we shall get started. I'll move that out of the way. So basically half pink, half white. And what I'm going to do then, something a little bit different. Now I wanted to see if I can keep these a little bit, whoa, it's oily stuff coming out. You can't really shake them. I don't think you can shake them. Oh God, what was I saying? Oh, I want to try and keep them a little bit on the sort of on the transparent side. I don't want them too opaque, just to give them a slightly different look. That's too transparent. I like how these are good because you know you can just squeeze bits in, but I guess it's been sitting a while, so it's probably got a layer of like this oily stuff on top and then the pigment paste on the bottom, I'm assuming. But I thought pink and white and silver this time would look pretty. All right, so that needs a little bit more. I'll put you on pause while I just mix up my colors to the opacity that I want. Oh gosh, this one's, I'm not getting anything out of that. It's gone, I think it's gone rock hard. No, I'll have to see if I've got another one. Yeah, it's gone rock hard in there. So I've got, that's the Armour Art I was trying. This is my other one. They're both rock hard. And then this one, I just opened this one. It's kind of hard as well. When your pigment pastes do this and they get really hard, might be able to scrape some off. We'll see how that goes. But when they get really hard and sticky, you can just pop them, actually I better not because I don't think it's going to dissolve. You can just pop them in some, I use a bit of boiling water. So I'll do that to all three. I'll just have to find a different white for this project. Righto, so I grabbed this one also in the tube. It is by Illumilite. Anyway, so I've used some of that and some of that, all right, to get our white and, oh, nearly dropped it over. Righto, now I'm going to do these. I'll talk about the silver in a minute because I want to get these in first. I am using the Platinum 360 Plus resin, my favourite for coasters. And I have mixed up 80 grams of A, 35 grams of B. Did I? Nope, that's next. That's the second layer. I've got my little note over there, but that's for the second layer. 90 grams of A, 40 grams of B for the first layer. All right, here we go. So we're just going to pour. So I don't want to fill them. I'm just going to do a little bit on each just to make sure I've got enough to go around. But yeah, I don't want to fill them because I've still got another coat, a clear coat to do afterwards, so we don't want to fill them too much. See how that goes. And I've kept some for my silver as well. Hopefully they'll spread out a little bit more. Doesn't matter if you know, if your lines aren't dead straight, it's not going to matter because we're going to cover it up with silver. You could do gold if you wanted to, but because I just did gold in my previous video, I thought, oh, I'll try it with silver this time. Let's see how that goes. Just trying to push the resin to the edges. Who wants a bit more? Try not to drip my white into my pink and vice versa. So basically, what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to clean off my sticks real quick, but basically, I'm just going to let those spread. Give them a quick little torch. Not a very big torch. Oh, I forgot my heart. Oh no, I forgot my heart. I was saying to myself, don't forget your heart, don't forget your heart, don't forget your heart. And I forgot my heart. Never mind. That's okay. We'll concentrate on these. Now, it looks as if they've all spread to the edges, so that's good. Just going to leave them, okay? Now, what we're going to do is I'm going to move on to the silver. So, and I'm going to take this over there because I don't want any silver flying in. Basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some silver in here. I'm going to stir it up. I am then going to wait. I'm not going to wait as long as I did when I was doing this one. I waited until, you know, the black and the red was set, and then I stuck on my gold leaf. I'm not doing that this time. This time I'm mixing the silver in with that. I'm going to wait until it's quite thick, and then I'm just going to lay it down the center. Yes, I am. And I'm just going to leave it. And hopefully, if it's thick enough, it won't spread too much. If it spreads a little bit, that's fine. So in the center, and that way it'll be kind of all mixed up and yummy looking. And then when it's set, then I'll come in with my clear coat and cover the whole lot. Does that make sense? You following me? Right. Here's my silver. I put quite a lot of silver in it. I put a bit in and I stirred it in, I mixed it again and add a bit more. But if I sort of put it there on the side, you can kind of see what it's going to look like down. So yeah, I'm just going to wait now. I'll come back in, I don't know, I'll check it probably every 10 minutes. I don't want to leave it too long. You've got to be able to actually get it out and put it down there, hey. So yeah, I'll try and mix it up a little bit because I want small pieces. I don't want like big globs in there. But as it's getting thicker, it's going to get kind of globby anyway. So we will come back to that shortly and see how it goes. It's been about 40 minutes. Now this in here is getting quite thick and quite warm. It's only about that deep. But this one isn't getting as thick, isn't getting as warm because it's only half that thick. So the deeper you pour, the faster it cures. So yeah, I didn't really think that through very well. But anyway, I'm going to have to go with it. If it sinks, that's fine. I'll just put some glitter in the next layer. All right? Well, not glitter, some gold leaf. So I thought I better get going because it's starting to get quite thick and gloopy. It's probably not going to spread all that well. I probably don't want quite so much. Oh, I don't know. I always pick the most difficult ways to do things, don't I? All right, let's try this side on with the stick and see if I can just kind of lay it neatly-ish. Just where the join of those two colors is. Because I was thinking if I leave it too long, it's just going to all sink. It might still... You get over there, please. Oh, gosh. Okay. Is it sinking? Is it sinking? Oh, gosh. So, in hindsight, And you guys love my hindsight. In hindsight, wait for the first layer to cure, mix up some more resin. I was trying to do it the easy way by using the same amount, you know, the same resin and not having to mix it twice. That's what I was trying for. So, I don't know. We'll see. Go over there. Go up there. It might still work. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But yeah, it's kind of sinking, which I knew it would. Not at the beginning, I didn't know it would, but I was thinking they'd all kind of set at the same time, but no. The first layer is still quite runny. I will get there in the end. But that looks quite pretty. You know, it still looks pretty. It's getting really quite thick now, isn't it? Look at that. So part of it's sinking down, part of it's staying up. I need another little something just to push it off the stick with. But you can kind of see where I'm going with this, you know. Look how cloggy it's getting now. Okay. Where else needs a bit? Down here needs a little bit. Over here. My thought process was good. Like, yeah, but in practicality, the first layer was a bit thin, and now we're getting a bit gloopy. But I'm hoping I can still make it work. Oops. Getting really sticky now from on the gloves are getting really sticky. I'm just going to warm this a touch, just give it a quick zap, and it'll just warm it, make it a little bit more fluid. Little cheats way for you. You can just warm it a touch. Just gotta be really careful I don't drop it where I don't want to drop it, because it'd be really hard to get it out of where I don't want it. I'm just going to heat that little bit in there with my torch. Heat gun would work too. A little bit more up here. Where else? A little bit more down here. That's spreading quite nicely now, sitting over the top. Oh no, look what I did. I was watching the other one and wasn't watching that one. Quick! Get out. Okay, so I can still do that because it's wet. Oh, crisis averted. Crisis averted. All right, now, who wants a little bit more? I kind of, this little bit up here, I'm gonna watch where the other end of my stick's going so I don't drop anything down where I don't want it to drop. Maybe a little bit just on the bottom here. Get off. Yeah, it's really, really sticky now. You can see that. Give it a little zap. Heat gun would be better at this stage than a torch. All right. I don't think I can do too much more. Move it a little bit, but not much. So it's still kind of sitting on top, you know. Hopefully it'll look okay. Not quite what I was going for, but it kind of looks as if it's really like melding in, but still some silver sitting on top, hey? Right, so it's gone totally sticky, can't use it anymore. What do you think? Is it okay? So, totally different look to this one, where, you know, you can see that the gold was placed on top of the red and black. So it's a much brighter gold strip. This one, you can see a little bit of the silver on top. It's kind of blended into the other colors. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see what it looks like. Again, not quite what I was going for. This is a second attempt. Next attempt, and I will do it again, so I want to get it right. Maybe, again, let the pink and white set totally, then make another batch of the silver and the clear. Don't put it on too thin, like when it's just mixed, because it'll just spread. So we'll wait until it gets a little bit thick, pour it on, and hopefully it'll kind of stay there, and then we'll come in with our clear layer over the whole top. Okay, so that'll be number 3. Now this is the silver leaf here, and I was just testing which pen I like for the edge. Now that one there, it's really, really shimmery. They're both shimmery and shiny, but this one is really shimmery. Now that one there is this one, Chrome Marker. You know when you're on Facebook and things just flash up? Markers Zone Chrome Marker is what it says. That's that one. And then the other one, not so shiny, but still shiny, is my go-to deco color. So that's it there. I don't know if it's focusing. It's focusing on the thing in the background. But anyway, we're trying. We're trying. So there we go. Once these have set, I will come back. I'll do another clear coat. I may even come in and do a really, really thin coat of white and pink, only because get down and have a look. See this one here? You can see a little bit of pink through the white. Like when the silver's been put on, it's pushed the pink onto the white, and vice versa there. You can see that little strip of white that's gone underneath the pink. I think I've got a little bit of room left. I think I've got enough room to put another bit of pink and another bit of white. I might do it. I won't video it because it's just doing the same, putting white on this side, putting pink on that side. Really, really thin layer. And then maybe I'll go from there and put more silver on. So we'll see what happens. All right, because I'm not that happy with it yet, but you guys let me know what you think. Do you like that look where the silver's kind of embedded into those other two colors? Not what I was going for. I did kind of hope that I'd be able to keep it sitting on top, but anyway, I'll catch up with you shortly, and we'll see what I decided to do, hey? Right, I've decided I'm going to just try and save it. Similar to what I did on the last one, but I'm just going to put just a few little pieces of silver on because there's still quite a lot there. It's just kind of hidden. So just going to try, I'm trying to do like little tiny bits. It's really hard to get little tiny bits of silver. I kind of just broke it up into my fingers and hoping that I'll get little tiny bits, but yeah, it's really tricky. Just got to kind of get little bits and float them around. Doesn't help that the air conditioner's on and it's blowing them everywhere. So I was kind of hoping to go for, do something a little bit different on this one, but, to the other black and red one, but it seems that it's going to be quite similar, really. Oops, there's a bit of stray. So I'm just going to spend a little bit of time trying to get some silver on here because it's kind of all sunk, and I really want that, that really bright silver look like that. And I thought to myself, oh, I could just start again, but I don't want to waste what's already here. So let's continue. We'll make the best of it, and just try and put a few little pieces. I think the problem with my last one, the red and black one and gold, my pieces were way too big. They were just ginormous, and I didn't want that. I wanted little tiny pieces, so I'm going to try and get little tiny pieces this time. And I don't need to cover the whole thing. I just need to put, just a few on, because you can still see the other silver below. So we don't need to go too overboard with it, but I'm just going to add a few. So you get the general idea of what I'm going to do. It's going to take me a little while to do, because I keep getting flyaways as well that are going in where they're not supposed to go. So I'm just going to finish it. I won't video me doing the whole lot because it's just boring. You get the general idea. I'm trying to pick out some little pieces. What I'm doing is kind of grabbing a piece and like putting it down, and then like breaking bits off it. The bits that have stuck on, they can stay, and then I'm kind of picking up another little bit and just kind of moving it over just to get some smaller pieces. That's what I'm trying to do, like so. And they're kind of sticking up a little bit, which is fine for now. I'll go through and flatten them out in a minute. It's the next day. These are all set, and as you can see, I have a dead straight line again, which is not what I wanted. This is what I wanted. This is what I wanted. Where's my pen? All right, so circle. Well, it's a bit hard to draw it with gloves and things on. A circle, and then I kind of wanted it to be, more like this, and then I could put my gold on like that and make it a little bit more sort of organic, or like it's sort of like it's hard to draw on this stuff, like a semicircle or something like that. So I've got straight lines. So anyway, I am going to try again. I've already got my black and white and gold ready for the next one. So check that out. We're doing black, white and gold, and I'm going to try again. So hopefully third time lucky. But for now, I'm just going to do its top coat. It's still going to look really pretty. It's going to look beautiful, amazing. Just not what I had in my little pea brain over mind, but that's okay. Now, where's my blower? Because they're set, we can use the blower and just blow out any excess little, dust and hair and stuff. What's it called? Air duster. They're really good. I use them to blow out things like in my master molds before I pour the silicone, because you don't want hair in your molds. But yeah, they're also really good for blowing things out if you're doing a second coat. No good if you're just blowing it onto silicone, because everything grabs onto silicone and hangs on tightly, doesn't it? But you can certainly, if you're doing a top coat, you can give it a blow to get rid of dust and things. Or you can just do the old-fashioned way and use a piece of masking tape. All right, let's let those drift along to the edges. And I don't want to overflow them. I kind of overflowed my red ones a little bit. I have to be careful not to do that again. Just push that to the edges there. And then I think I'm going to go with the chrome marker. I haven't used it before. I don't think I have. I've used the Deco Color Silver a lot, but I don't think I've used the chrome one, so I might try that. Now this one up here is a little bit full, so to empty it, I'm just going to drop my paper towel in, and it'll just soak up a little bit of that top coat. All right, and then you can take a bit off. It's much easier than trying to scoop it out. But yeah, I'll put a little bit much in that one. The rest of them, actually this one could probably do with a little bit more actually. The rest of them look good. So there we go. So that was the Platinum 360 Plus, 80 grams of A, 35 grams of B, but I've still got a little bit left in there. So I will make a little puffy heart for somebody, but I'll just do that off camera. You don't need to watch me do that. Quick little torch, and we are done. Right, I'll be back later on today, and I'll demold them, and we'll go with this one, the chrome, that one. Okay, so we'll do the edges on that one a little bit later on once it's cured. So catch you then. Right, let's get them out. They have set. Now these are just my smaller coasters. They're 10 centimeters across, as opposed to my round large coasters, which are 12 centimeters across. So these are 4 inches. The other ones are, I think, about 5 inches. All right, let's put that mold down. Now, if there's anything that you need to sand, you can just do it with a nail file. So I've got a little bit of like that, I think it's a little bit of the silver actually that's just clinging to the edge there. You can run your finger around it and you can feel if it's a bit rough. And if it's a little bit rough, just go over it with your nail file, like so. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. There's the back, just in case we want to see what the back looks like, but we don't really. You can, if you want to, stick some cork to the back if you want to. I do have some cork. I think it's like a sticky one. You peel it off and you stick it on the back. So I'll do that another day. But today, I should shake it up first, shouldn't I? Let's go with this chrome marker, shall we? And see how good it is. I guess it'll take a little time to dry. Like I said, I haven't used it before, so I'm not quite sure how well it's going to stick to resin. It's looking like it might need a second coat. Like it's, when I do this, it's not like covering as well as the Deco Color. It's a little bit blotchy, but yeah, it's more like a paint than the Deco Color pen. But look, I'm going to go with it. It is a little bit on the streaky side. I think it's going to need 2 coats. But let's see. I've got to be careful not to touch it now. Let's see what it looks like when I do the top edge. Now with the Deco Color, it had a square tip, so I could easily put it on the edge there. I don't know how. It might work. Oh, yeah, okay. again, it's not leaving a really bright, like a thick edge. I don't know, you guys, I don't know. It looked good on, it looked good on paper. It's always good to see what other products will do, but so I'm trying to get the edge of the nib like just to sit, or the nib just to sit on the edge there. So there's that. I am going to just grab the Deco colour in the silver, and I'll do one in that and see what the difference is. Better give it a very light sand as well. Now these can be sharp, so be careful before you go rubbing your finger along the edge, okay? You don't want to cut yourself. Resin can be quite sharp. Okay, so this is the Deco colour. This is the one I usually use. I'll just try a little bit on the side and see how it goes on. It's similar. I do feel that it gives a slightly better coverage. I just put my finger in that one. But see, as it's drying, it's getting really, really shimmery. So I should probably stick to it. It will need 2 coats though. Let's try the edge on this one. Whoops. It's a bit tricky. And you probably need to trim that. You can trim the edges of these, of the little nibs. You can trim them if they're getting a little bit fluffy and old. Give it a shake. I do find them easier just to go along the rim like that because it's got a soft nib there, and I can easily just push it into the edge of the coaster, because the edge of the coaster is quite sharp, so it kind of sits inside that nib quite well. Should probably push it down to get a bit more colour through, I think. Oops, that's a bit thick. It's a bit thick. Here am I trying to do a nice thin little line. Okay, so there's that one. Let's get back to the chrome. Be careful you don't have it on your fingers and then you put it on the top. Maybe if I do, gosh, what about if I do, no. I'm trying to make the little edge a little bit thicker. I don't know if this is the same where you have to kind of push it to get it going. I'm not sure. I might have to go and get my little blotting card and just give it a push. Sometimes, you see, you just need to maybe give it a bit of a push to get that colour to come back down again. But I did want to try this. I can't get quite as thick a line as I can with the Deco colour, unless I try and put it on its side. Oh, I think that's going to be a bit tricky to do. Trying to put it on its side. Use the side of the nib. Oh gosh, look, now I've got it on my hand. It's super shiny. Just wipe it on my scrubs. I wear actually nursing scrubs that I buy from eBay. They're very handy. In the morning, I just get changed, put my scrubs on, and then I'm right. I don't have to worry about if I get silicone on it or resin on it or paint on it or whatever. And I know I'm in my work clothes and I don't have to worry too much about getting my good clothes dirty. I'm trying, oh gosh. It does wipe off. Look at that. It wipes off really easily. It wouldn't do that with the Deco colour. It just doesn't. It sticks on really well. All right, well, I'm going to keep trying to do a thicker line. But maybe you like the thinner line. I don't know. So that's the thinner chrome and that's the thicker Deco colour. Do you have a preference? Do you have a preference? Yes, that's it. Anyway, I'm going to finish them. I need to get my little cups to put them on when they're wet so that I don't get silver all over me. I'm going to persist with the chrome because I wanted to try it, and when I'm finished I'll take a photo and or a little quick video and show you how they've come up, but the sides are going to need 2 coats, so I'll let it dry and then I'll do another coat. Okay. I'll see you when it's all done.